Well, hello and welcome back once again to another Mars Mission News Network video, bringing you all the latest-ish news from LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed. Got some news in a little bit ago, apparently posted on Facebook. I don't know how long ago it was posted on Facebook. Don't really use Facebook, and I don't keep track of LEGO Legacy on Facebook. I mean, I'm in the CCP chat on the Discord, and kind of waiting for stuff in there. But apparently some stuff been posted on there a little bit ago. But I also do have some other news. It's kind of holding off and getting some other stuff in for talking a little bit more about it. I think we did mention in the last video it going over to Netflix, or there at least being a Netflix version of the game. Netflix gaming version. We're saying it's going to Netflix. But they do have like a gaming platform thing. I guess I should know about. I followed Dead by Daylight, and they've removed the Stranger Things stuff to move that into their own game on there, but it might have came back. I don't know. I don't super follow it because I get in and out of that game. But yeah, so we're doing that. So here is the first bit of the news. It is a post somebody sent me from the Facebook version. Not Facebook version. From Facebook going over the game. Which I guess it makes sense the news is there right now. Currently, the only place it is available is Netflix. I believe it has been removed from the other platforms. Though there is also going to be kind of a reason for that. But here is this if you want to stop and read through it all. But a basic overview is it's not about where it will be available on Netflix. I don't think they actually give you a date for when exactly. I don't know if they know when it's going to be done. So who knows exactly, but the Netflix games section, though, also apparently you will have a new version of the game you can download on the Apple App Store or Google Play Store that you will then sign in with your Netflix ID or Netflix account or something like that, and that is how you will then play the game through that, so you can still have it on your phone. But you would just then still need to have Netflix tab, which I guess makes sense instead of playing it on Netflix on the computer. I don't know. I don't really know how Netflix gaming fully works. I don't have Netflix. I don't have $15 a month to pay for something that doesn't really have anything for me. Honestly, probably won't be really picking this up either. There's lots of other stuff on Netflix gaming. I don't think LEGO Legacy is exactly a game I'm going to pay Netflix $15 a month to pay or to play. But yeah. And then you will, of course, have these free-to-play versions gone besides Facebook. I don't know how long Facebook will exactly last, but I think with the other news, they mentioned a couple of different clients, so I'm not sure. Honestly, I had heard some stuff talk about maybe Apple Arcade, but I'm assuming if this one's going to Apple, then you wouldn't have it. It might be kind of a competitor, but I don't know. This still may be a possibility. Because Netflix gaming is probably just available on Apple anyway, so maybe it would have to be for that. It's a little bit weird. Of course, you would not be able to transfer your account data over, because I think that would be a competing system. Also, they claim they're reworking some stuff, so it might not kind of fit. But your old account is lost. You will be starting over. They are claiming they are changing some stuff, how you progress. It's not maybe going to be energy related, or it says unlimited play. Don't really know what all that means. I'm kind of curious to see more information about that. You just constantly loot the node. I don't know. Are they going to change how gear and stuff works, so it's quicker to get some stuff? Also curious how the limited events are going to work. Are they all going to be active at one time, or is it going to be there's a rotating schedule where maybe each one lasts a week and it's a constant rotation in and out there? But yeah, it's now going to be a subscription game instead of a mobile game. There's going to be no in-app purchases. It's just going to be you're going to get in there and just be able to play. They're going to be giving you Scarlet for joining, plus some other stuff. And then yeah, they're claiming there's going to be other updates and fun new minifigures. I don't know what all that fully entails. Well, that a little bit more on the news later, but I feel like sometimes that can be worded a little bit weirdly, because it could be stuff that's been in the files that just got finished up. It could have been stuff the other team, the one that we just have, the other new the Ukrainian team had been making. I don't know, maybe it's more like Monster Fighters next, or not stuff they were planning to add in next. Maybe it's that stuff that just got finished up, so it might not be that much new. That you could add in 2 new things that weren't currently playable in the game, and that would technically be new figs, and new content could be, I don't know, fixed game modes. I mean, they might be reworking Arena and other stuff too, depending on how rewards and the unlimited play stuff works out. That could technically be new content. So this is a little bit vague without having a little bit more definitive information from the team. This is a little bit like, I have been trying to get a little bit more definitive information, especially mostly about how some of the stuff would actually work, and I can maybe give some more details about that. I have not heard back from any of them, though I do not know if any of them are actually on the Discord, though I don't know. I guess I could try reaching out to the contact support team. I don't feel like that's the way the CCP should go about actually getting that information, but who knows. But with that said, on to some more it's exciting news. It's not for me. Wait, one other thing before we get there. There is going to be some stuff with potentially Ghostbusters being removed from this new version of the game. Since it is, I guess, also technically a new game, I guess you kind of have to pay the license again for Ghostbusters. Same game, but new games. So they're not going to really be here, which is also probably why you won't be able to carry over some of your stuff, because you already unlocked them. But we're not going to be having the Ghostbusters in the game anymore, because that license and all that weird stuff with that. So let's be fair, I don't think it really brought that much to the game. They're not actually, I don't think they actually made that much money off of it. And I mean, if it's not going to be a like pay-for game, or subscription game instead of like microtransactions and other stuff, they wouldn't be making any money off of having Ghostbusters. And I guess Ghostbusters is a competing IP to some Netflix stuff potentially. I don't know, but it's just owned by like some different people, I guess. So you're not going to be having them, but instead we are getting some I guess replacement that's kind of similar. You know, Netflix has its own stuff, so yeah, they are replacing Ghostbusters with the Stranger Things stuff. And if I don't sound too excited by that, I haven't ever really watched the show. It doesn't. But some stuff sounds interesting. I don't know. 80 Kids nostalgia might be cool. I'm more of a 90s kid, and let's face it, really a 2000s kid, because when I was a 90s kid, it was like a baby, so I don't really have much nostalgia. I mean, I don't know, Caillou, Caillou, Bonnie, Dragon Tales, that sort of thing is my 90s nostalgia. Also, I hear like a lot of people die. I don't even really know who the characters are in this. Most of my knowledge from this comes from, Dead by Daylight. It had 2 characters plus the Demogorgon. One of them was wearing a sailor uniform all the time. And then there was like one other thing I think I knew them from, and I forget what it is now. Though I mean, also, you know, people kind of talked about how Hidden Side felt like a combination of Stranger Things and Ghostbusters. Still kind of wish we got them in the game. But I guess this would be our sort of competing thing. It's just really this one set. I think they maybe had a Brickheads. I think there was like a keychain or 2, and like a coloring book or notebook. Like the other non-Lego stuff they do, which is weird for them, that just had like one set. But I think this was a big one for, I guess, the people that liked it. Like I said, I don't want to sound rude, especially for people that like this one. I just have really no connection to it, so I can't really get too hype about the inclusion of this. This is lesser to me than Ghostbusters, even though I actually kind of like Ghostbusters. I feel like you could have done Ghostbusters a little bit better. But yeah, I don't know who you would exactly get. I'm not saying that just add 5, maybe they could add an all 8. I don't have that information. But these are the figs that come in the set. Of course, the enemies down there, like middle left, the Demogorgon, something like that. Honestly, really cool. Would be really cool animated. I don't know about these other characters. I don't know who's alive, who's dead. I think up left is 11. I think I put somebody's name from there as 11 or something weird like that, just because it stands out. Oh, the only other thing I know about this thing is I remember people complained when Godzilla King of the Monsters cast Millie Bobby Brown because she was from there, and people didn't like her. She was posting very revealing pictures on Instagram, even though she was supposed to be playing like a 13-year-old or something. I of course think she's like aged up a lot more since then, but they're still playing like young people or something. It's weird. That's like the only other thing I really know about is Millie Bobby Brown, just because she got put in 2 Godzilla movies. Hey. But yeah, these are the characters. These are at least the pictures I had of, I guess these are what they're kind of supposed to be carrying in the set. I'm assuming you can swap them in and out. I believe that's a slingshot down there, like bottom right. Some flashlights, walkie-talkies. I don't know what that kid who's also holding the slingshot. Is that like a weird flashlight with like a weird... I don't know. Is that a hammer? I'm not exactly sure. I mean, other people have more what I think of when I think of a flashlight versus that flashlight. But yeah, I guess you could do any assortment of these people. I would definitely include the villain, because I think he would be an interesting one to have. Though he probably also needs the most specialty animation, so maybe not. But I feel like if you do this and don't add in the villain, it's going to be kind of lackluster. But yeah, I don't know. Is somebody here more familiar with Stranger Things and knows which one of these to add? Like, which ones are still alive? Are all of these people dead? I don't know. I don't even know who they are. I'm assuming top right's Millie Bobby Brown. Listen, no real connection. Also, sorry for this video being kind of late, but like, I don't really have any connection, attachment to, not Dead by Daylight, Stranger Things. So it wasn't like, oh, I need to make this. Make sure I find this cool. But it does also raise the question of can they maybe do any other potential sort of Netflix crossovers or like Netflix things, called this is a Netflix show, and there is this one Lego set for, I believe it's only one. I think when I looked at this online I could really find. Oh, I think it was like a little treehouse fort thing. We didn't have like any minifigures, like a polybag thing. But if I'm remembering correctly, there is 2 other IPs of Netflix, sort of. One of them's like kind of that they could include. That has some Lego sets or some Lego stuff I could see them putting in here. One I think is a whole lot more likely than another. Also one I could see just adding in anyways. But I don't know if they are, but I could see maybe Netflix prioritizing some of this as new stuff. Because I don't know, this is like some cross promotion, maybe to get you to watch the show. I mean, I guess you're already paying for Netflix. Who cares if you actually watch the show? They already got the money out of you, but I don't know, maybe add some viewership numbers to some of the stuff. Because like, I think I have already mentioned, so I want to mention again, Stranger Things is a Netflix original series, so that would probably be why they would be getting this with moving to Netflix, because Netflix is sort of allowing this for their game that's exclusive to their platform. If we get like an Apple Arcade version, I don't expect to see this bit of content working there, and that assuming it's not just like a Google Translate issue, because I kind of feel like when I get talked to, at least by like the old team, it was maybe Google Translate some of the stuff, English not first language sort of situation. There, nothing wrong with that, but he did make some mention, I think I brought this up in the last video, about clients, or they're working on a different client, like there might be multiple clients now. There might be another client out there that's being worked on. I don't know what all was brought up about the Apple Arcade, and honestly I could see somebody making this and like porting it over to Apple Arcade to give them like another sort of exclusive-ish game, or another game for that platform. I know they did that with Brawl, but they limited the progress on there, so when people bought it on other things, when it left Apple Arcade or branched out from Apple Arcade to other systems like the PC version that I have, you could not transfer over your data from the Apple Arcade version, and I believe some of that stuff was to keep you, of course, paying for the Apple Arcade version to use that instead of just buying it. I think I got $40, but it will sell for like $5 lots of times. So instead of you buying it for $5 over there, you keep paying them your $5 a month for Apple Arcade, 15-ish. I don't know what that Netflix is right now. I feel like $15. I feel like I keep on seeing on the news it's going up. I don't have it, so I don't really follow it too much. But maybe $15 a month and keeps going up. But I could see maybe they might make it for some other platforms. They might have shopped around. They might have other things. I don't know if Apple has its own stuff they could maybe stick in here that Lego has made for them. Is Ted Lasso an Apple Plus series? So I think he has a minifigure, maybe. I don't know. I don't know this show. I have a friend that watches it. But I don't know, would you do something like that and you stick those characters in there instead? You're going to have different clients that have different shared IPs. Or not shared IPs, unshared IPs, but like IPs from that different client's, I don't know, parent or whatever. But the other things I could see doing, which I mean, I actually had a thing for this a while ago, is Camp Cretaceous. Though that is a weird one because it's like a spin-off of Jurassic World, not Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. But then you have to do some licensing with them, though you also have Jurassic World and some Jurassic Park stuff and Lego Brawl, so it seems like they're open to do so. I would imagine Netflix has something maybe over some Camp Cretaceous stuff, because it's like exclusive to their platform. They even made a game. It was like a choose your own adventure style story that added in the Tarbosaurus. Awesome dinosaur. Apparently the head was a little bit off, but you had to be a big dino weeb to be able to tell that. But I could see them adding these in. Also, I thought there was only 5 minifigures actually made into minifigure. 5 of the characters that made into minifigure form. Apparently they do have all 6 of them. I thought maybe they added one in later. Maybe one was a duplicate something. So I thought it would be perfect to have like a team of 5 for. But hey, I don't know. You add in all 6 of them. You got Darius, Kenji, I actually forget what this guy's name is, though he went through a lot of changes. He's the kid from the Goldbugs. That's why I know him from. Brooklyn, Sammy, and Yasmin. Also, like, you need, like, oh, is it Benji? No. Ben, I think Ben's his name. Like, you need, I don't think he's shirtless there, but I think he's, like, undershirt, and it has, like, whips in it, and he went, like, commando. Not like actually commando, he went like Rambo commando, and like fought a Carnotaurus on top of a Ankylosaurus with a spear or something like that. It's a little nutty. The show went a little crazy. Also, with my Brad X right here in the middle, can I get a Brad X minifigure Lego? Give me one of those. But they were in like random sets with Owen Grady. It was weird. You kind of had a wave of Camp Cretaceous, but it wasn't fully Camp Cretaceous. But I guess he didn't want to go fully into Camp Cretaceous, but I don't know who that would want to be buying it. Like, who at that point would be buying it cause, ooh, it's Claire Deering at the treehouse that these kids lived in for a couple seasons. I don't know why you couldn't just do full Camp Cretaceous, but they didn't. But I could see them maybe doing these kids. I mean, so you have a decent bit of, I guess, diversity here. 3 boys, 3 girls. What, 2 white characters? Cause what, Ben, and I assume Brooklyn, Darius is black, Kenji is Asian, I believe. I think his last name is Kong. That's his father. Sammy is, I'm not sure, maybe Hispanic-ish? I don't know. She lives in Texas and does cattle ranching. Her family does. And Yasmin, I think, is like Russian? I don't know. Just something, but I mean, hey, you got some diversity there. You could add in some dinosaurs. There's a lot of interesting things you can do here. They'll probably be like a little bit more expensive on the animation budget, but I think you could make a solid team here. And I don't know, 6 characters. It's one more than what a team would have on it, but I don't know, maybe you have a little bit of stuff that can be rotated out and try to make your best team. I'm sure it's going to be quickly to find another meta for it. But I could see these people being added in. honestly, I would care lots more about this than Stranger Things, so the Demogorgon would be kind of cool if it's added in. The next one, I don't really see this getting added in, but I also didn't see Lego making a set on this. Queer Eye. Not the Queer Eye for a straight guy, 90s, 80s sitcom, I think, or whatever. Which I think was this series was kind of based off of like Friends, Seinfeld, not The Office, because I think The Office hasn't gotten the set. But this is the like Netflix continuation, redo, something of it. I only heard about this show because Lego was making a set off of this. I don't know how this show got a set. I'm not trying to be rude or be whatever, but it's just like, why? I don't see them doing this, but I also would have never thought this would have gotten a set either. To my knowledge, this is a reality TV show about some people that live in this loft helping do fashion remodels for people. I think that's what I heard other people say when they were talking about this. So it's not even like it's a sitcom anymore. This is just kind of like a sitcom, house set, loft, whatever, but they're actually supposed to live there, and I think they bring in people and they give them fashion tips or they redecorate that. So I don't know. It's weird to me. Though it looks like you got 5 characters down there, that would be a team. I guess a fashion remodeling team could be interesting. They've already worked together and made this set the Fab Loft. Maybe? Assume they want to do any more stuff. Yeah, that's kind of all I have here. My only knowledge of the show came from people asking, what is this show when this set was announced? That's all it came from. And I think he had like a bunch of different shirts too, like torso pieces. They had like a closet full of different things. There was like some different stickers and other stuff. Like I thought there was supposed to be like some decent things here. It's still kind of built on that kind of like TV show set sort of layout, which some people liked from that sort of, I guess, theme or collection. But this one was a weird one. I'll say out of left field. Because people are like, okay, we got, what was it, like Seinfeld and Friends, I think, or Seinfeld and something else, and it's like, oh, are we gonna get The Office, Community, 30 Rock, all these like big ones, and it's this like, who, what? Apparently it had like 3 seasons, I think, on Netflix. But yeah, I think to my knowledge, that's all that I know that Lego has really done that has any major connections back to Netflix, or at least being like a Netflix original, not just something that is on Netflix. Something kind of made by Netflix. I guess technically Camp Cretaceous wasn't. I think that was made by DreamWorks, but made for Netflix. Maybe it's a little bit less than, you have like more people involved, but then like you also have Jurassic World stuff in Lego Brawl, so I felt like that one's a possibility. But yeah, that's really all I have at this time for news. It is coming to Netflix. I don't know if we know when. I think somebody said this would be maybe the end of summer, though I guess it depends on when you count summer as. Not really sure who the like new team is that's working on the Netflix client. Haven't had much communication there with them. Don't know where they're stationed. I would assume it's not Canada again, but I also assume it's not Ukraine, or well, at least no, it's not the last Ukraine team, though. I mean, I guess what was it, Captain Go-Go could be working on it. I don't know, he left the team at some point, but I don't know if he could be heading to this new team. Who knows? Haven't really got all that kind of information that can pass along yet, but I did want to just go ahead and bring this to everybody. Sure, I have some time to actually sit down and record this. I hope you have found this information useful. If you want to go back and read over that beginning, like I said, just go back and pause there. You can read over all that information. I don't believe anything else like that has been posted through Facebook since. I don't regularly check it, but there's some people in my Discord that do. So I guess if anything gets posted there and not like passed on to me with like CCP stuff, I will hopefully still have it to be able to report on it, or you might just go ahead. I mean, if you want to, there should be a link in the video, description below that links you to the Discord if you want to follow some of the news over there. Feel free to do so. And yeah, I guess until next time, this is Victoria Ripley signing off. Goodbye and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to hopefully having more news to pass on to you soon. Though I guess it depends on how well development does for the new client. Honestly, I don't know how much work it will take to make this game into an unlimited play, what all that entails for some of the various different game modes. I mean, I guess technically you could still have like arena, expedition, and tournaments, and it still be an unlimited play game. It's just not going to be. I mean, like you're going to do those modes that many times or something. Here's how unlocks going to go. I mean, I guess you could have rotating, like not expedition. I forgot the name. The not the unbox, the other one. Whatever, the way most characters became unlocked eventually. Not gosh, I've been out of this game for so long. But that one where you would like you get far enough, you farm Santa tiles, it's gonna be like one and done. You beat this node, you get X number of tiles, but other nodes just going to be hard, so you need to go back and farm to be able to get to the next node, to be able to get more, and you just see further and further in. I don't know. Or is it just going to be you farm, but then wouldn't you really soon quickly run out of stuff in ways to get better to go back and do other stuff? I mean, I guess you could still, well, I mean, I guess if you have like limited play, why would you need to farm gear? Because like, oh, I need to have like 8 more pieces of this gear. Loot. Like, can you just auto loot it, or do you have to manually play? I don't know how they're going to like slow you down and keep you coming. And there might be actually other updates. I mean, I guess Netflix can keep them doing. I mean, Brawl's has gotten more updates. It might not be like the fastest updating game, but that is from Apple Arcade, and it keeps on getting more stuff. So, But yeah, like I said, this is Paul Ripley signing off. Goodbye and a wonderful day, and let me know what you think about this in the comments below over on Discord. So until next time, bye bye.